How's it going, Smart Alex? My name is TheNextGenius, and welcome back to the Legend of Markiplier Armageddon. So in the last episode, we did a bunch of side quests. In this episode, we're going to continue the campaign. I've gotten right back around to where I was. Now, let me show y'all something. Jack's here! Now, there was a little scene with him joining my team. I was not able to record that, but basically you met him in the nightclub, and there was a scene with him talking back and forth with Mark, and he joined our team. And also, just to show y'all, Yami's here as well. So, on part 12, we got Yami out of purgatory, and he's back with us. Now, I've completed all the quests. I've completed Dash's quest, Ruby's quest, Spyro and Cinder's quest, and, now we're gonna go for wait, was that it? Let me check. So we have, I completed Jack's quest, Sylvia's quest, Dash's quest. Right, okay, so that's everything. And according to the developer, my mouse is on the screen, sorry. I will talk to Alex, and he will give us, like, a card of some kind. So, hey Mark, how are you feeling? A little better anyway. The exposure still feels weird, but at least things feel mostly normal. Yeah, you'll grow used to that. I'm gonna warn you though, members of Alpha share dreams and extreme emotions. If one of us is getting laid, the others no. I remember that. I was like, dude. By the way, I take it you and Sylvia had some fun, huh? Don't worry, it was kind of expected. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. If you choose, apparently according to the developer, if you choose, we can still be friends, she'll make it to end-game moments, but in my stupidity, I was going too fast, and I chose I still love you. So she's gonna die anyway. Ugh. Yeah, that sucks. I'm surprised you two aren't still together. Well, you know, people grow up, things sort of happen. We're still friends, we never really were a thing to begin with. The night we spent together was sweet, but even as she said, it was nothing more than a one-night stand, a friends with benefits sort of ordeal. Anyway, that just sounds messed up. You get used to it. After the first week or so, it's not really that bad. If you're wanting privacy, being an alpha is not the way to go about that. Anyway, glad to have you on the team, really. Something wrong? Tell Alex about Heinrich's scheme. I will. Alex here. I don't know who would want to lie. I think the developer said there are probably some people that don't like Alpha Company, and I mean, I kind of would agree with that, but I'm fine with them. I don't care. Okay, remove kryptonite charge. Remove maintenance key. Oh, gosh, my microphone. Okay. Heinrich wanted me to plant that bomb in the docks while you were sleeping. I appreciate your honesty. This stuff could kill us. Really? He said it couldn't hurt you. It only demutated you. Well, yes, but the thing is, especially for us who've been on the serum for most of our lives, if we're completely stripped of our mutations, our bodies don't know how to properly function in its absence. Without it, our body... Okay, I've read all this. But just in case you guys haven't heard it, just pause and read if you want to. Okay. For tonight, you should get some sleep. Good night, Mark. Oh, here we go. Oh, before I forget, would you be able to have a talk with me? Yes. Okay, maybe over by the second Civil War Memorial in Town Center. Started Alex, why we fight? Okay, now according to the developer, Alex is going to connect all three of the games, and is going to tell us some stuff. So I'm very interested to see what he's going to say. So let's head over to the Civil War monuments. The last thing I want to do right now is get hit by a car. That would be the worst. Because I haven't saved in like forever. Because the last time I saved was before the last Dash fight. And let me tell you, I've already used 2 of my kryptonite grenades. He gave us 5, but I've already used 2 of them. I used one of them when fighting Yami Mash. And wait, no, I didn't. No, that was in part 12. Actually, when I had to fight him again, playing through this again, I actually didn't. I used Wade's poison. Now, poison is a wondrous attack because it takes off massive amounts of damage. Or takes off, but it deals massive amounts of damage to your enemies, so use poison as much as you can. That was the only way I was able to defeat that last Dash fight, so... Alright, what you got to say, Alex? I'm here. What did you want to talk about? I've heard that you've been helping my brothers with various minor errands here and there. Yeah, that's no big deal, right? Why? Huh. Despite everything I've done to you, all the pain and trouble I've caused you, you still went out of your way to help us. What happened in the past is just that. In the past. I don't hold grudges. Besides, I think we both caused each other grief. It's not just one's fault. I'm a nice guy. I like helping people. If only you knew how much that means to us. I've never had the chance to thank you for the things you've done for us. There's no need to. It's all cool. It's cool, bro. All of this, all you've done for us, it means a lot. Not just to everyone, but to me. I'm glad to call you a friend. The pleasure's mine. In fact, here, take this. Oh, that's what the tiny plush Tim was for. Okay, that was in the inventory. And I didn't know what it was. Here, you can have this then. Receive the Omega card. Alright. I think that's what's needed for the good ending. So, why did you strive to create your own world? Well, my life before was pretty boring. Not bad in the slightest, but it was just boring. I had a dead-end job, not enough money to do much on my own. It became really hard to wake up in the morning and get out of bed. There wasn't much to live for. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't suicidal or anything. I don't know, who am I kidding? I was a kid living with his head in the clouds, desperately hoping for fantastical dreams would one day come true. Hell, I don't even know how I discovered I had the power to create my own universe, to make it reality. I just woke up one day and I was a Mysterium. Or what it was before that world's history. What do you mean? I went to bed at my own house. The next morning I woke up in this empty plane is all I can describe it as. At first I thought I was living a nightmare. And when I tried to wake myself up, nothing happened. The kind of things I did to try and wake myself up in this lonely world too. Anyway, then something strange happened. Realizing I was stuck here, I began to daydream. And before my eyes, my thoughts were realized. I began experimenting with this, creating more complex things until, before I knew it, the earliest, emptiest form of Mysterium was born. I created a few small cities, and then I got to work on citizens. I created the Alconverth, those reptiles you saw. Okay, that's what they're called. Interesting. Then an idea came to mind, and I created Terius. Soon, Ruby followed. Then That night I spent the night with Ruby. It was our first time together. The next morning I woke up to find that these random people I had never met were coming out of nowhere. Here I was, mingling with the commoners and living in a lap of luxury. I was afraid of what they would think if they discovered I had somehow got them here. I left the castle, created myself a suit of armor, then began to sell armors and weapons throughout the area to blend in. I felt guilty for what I had done, especially since there was no way back home. I tried to pretend to be as lost as everyone else. Perhaps loaning a hand to anyone who needed help to survive in this hostile plane, hostile to all but me and my creations. One by one, I watched in horror as they lost their minds to the hostility of the universe, as if the very lamb was alive and out to kill them. And here I was, perfectly intact and invulnerable. Racked with guilt, I took upon a side project to find a way back home, to trick people into leaving to safety. Well, eventually I succeeded, but then something happened. As I sent the first wave of arrivals, those who hadn't gone feral and corrupted by the land, back home, my world, it began to collapse. It didn't want anyone to leave, and if someone did, it would destroy all I had created. My unwillingness to let go forced me to detour people from the gate and seal the doors with the 7 keys. After placing them in the cradles within the temples, their magic created these horrific beasts to protect them, the Guardians. Then you arrived, and at first I thought I could lure you to corruption like the others, but you were much stronger than them. Somehow. As you claimed the keys and cut down the Guardians, what no one else had managed to do, all 3 of us began to grow concerned. Terius was the one who tried to keep us together through the whole affair. He suggested that we insert ourselves into your quest, hopefully to find the source of your power. Ruby, Terius, and I, so far inseparable despite our little spats, began to fall out. At the same time, I began to grow a conscience. My exposure to everyone's struggles fueled my heavy guilt. As we watched you fight and struggle, I considered admitting the truth of what was happening. Terius didn't agree. We fought and accidentally killed Yami. I don't blame him. Unlike myself, this world is Terius's and Ruby's home. I might be sent back home if this world is destroyed. They, however, they will die, erased from existence. They are living beings too. They feel, they love, they hate. They fear. If killing this world lets you go home, why didn't you? Because the longer I stayed here, the more I didn't want to go home. I was living my fantastical dreams. I didn't want to wake up to my past life. All three of us knew that if you went through the portal, your great power would finally unwind the fabric of this reality, killing my friends. Call me selfish, arrogant, whatever you want, but I couldn't let that happen to them. When we left, what happened? How did you end up in those chains? After you defeated me, I lost the will to go on, really. Everything began to fall apart, and I was the sole reason it was remaining together. However, at this point, the world had already adopted a sort of almost sentience. Fearing that I would try to destroy it, it sent the chains to bound me in place, to force me to stay here and keep supporting its existence. It was a parasite, and I was its host. Without me, it couldn't survive. For what had seemed like thousands of years, I was trapped down there, unable to be freed, unable to die. I watched civilizations rise and fall, and I thought to myself, is this what God feels? Civilization rises, humanity grows and evolves, only to be wiped out. But we persist. Humanity is a persistent insect. We become God. Our creations then seek to and successfully usurp us. Without us as our caretakers, our creations perish. Then the last remnant of humanity, the ones who prepare for the worst, surface. We are back in the Stone Ages, and the cycle begins again. I watched on the present as the cycle occurred thousands upon thousands of times. Society rises and falls, then returns to the brink of death. Like the phoenix, we rise from the ashes of our ancestors to begin life anew, but we are also a creature of habit. In 2,000-3,000 years, we make the same stupid mistakes as our ancestors did, and once more we burn out to the brink of extinction. Life is a never-ending cycle. Sex, birth, death, evolution, de-evolution, or devolution, evolution. Well, everything is natural and cyclical, I think that's how you pronounce that, and absolutely nothing can change that. I watched as humanity wandered about stupidity. They discovered intelligence and faith. They evolved, and they became secular and selfish. I helped them whenever I watched them help each other, but once they became secular, I stopped caring. I let them destroy themselves. I knew that when all hope seemed lost and they painted themselves into a corner, they would revert to faith. This must be how God feels. As the millennia passed, my ego became more and more inflated. I truly began to consider myself as the only God. At the same time, the untold number of years I spent bound to my own personal hell continued to devour my sanity. I became the husk you encountered me as. Although I could sense Terius and Ruby were alive from my isolated hell, I could never find them, and I could not communicate to them. Mark, I cried and cried for help. I screamed. I did everything I could to find somebody. Anyone to receive my cries, but nobody heard. Or if they did, they didn't care. I had given them everything, and they didn't care about my own torment, my own suffering. Then you arrived, and freed me from those damn chains, and no longer bound, I executed this wounded, dying world, avenging my incarceration. Necrodusk had deepened with my creation to further create my dream universe, fused with my soul to form Archangel Mezerum, a Reaper, the Grim Reaper. He sent you forward to an unspecified time for reasons neither of us really knew. So are you immortal then? How have you been alive here since the world's creation? In part, my spirit has. I died with the end of the wasteland, but my spirit lived on and set the stages for today. 21 years ago, I was resurrected, though with no memory of my past lives, until you showed up. Upon your untimely arrival, these ancient memories began to awaken. Ask anyone here, they plagued my sleep and nearly drove me mad. Little by little, I began to make sense of the visions and nightmares, and I began to remember the details of my past incarnations. When you awoke nearly 2 weeks later, the final pieces of the puzzle snapped into place and the rest of my memories unlocked. And now, here we are. That's pretty intense, man. You wanted the full story? Here it is. Now, it's getting very late. I've already kept you longer than I wanted to. What do you say we head off, huh? Good night, Alex. Good night, Mark. I'll see you in the morning. Completed, Alex, while we fight. Wow, that was a ton to take in. Okay, so he did explain, you know, why he created Mysterium and, you know, why the world would collapse if we exited. That's why he didn't want us to go home. Man, that was a lot to take in. I hope you guys have stuck around for all that. That was quite a lot of information. So, let's see. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and head to bed. I don't want to waste any more time because you've already been recording. I might be able to cut out a little bit especially in the beginning, because I was just reading stuff I've already read. I might be able to cut most of that out, but like this is still, I've still been recording for a while, so I want to be able to get to the action and stuff before I end this episode. Because I remember it was right around here that I ended the last episode, and that was the end of the demo. I was at chapter 6, and the demo ended at chapter 6. So, we're gonna see what happens. Go to bed. I'm tired. We're gonna see what happens when we head off to chapter 6, because the game's complete! I mean, it's a full game, so we've got chapters 6, 7, and 8 to go through, so pretty sure we're gonna have several more parts. I think I've read this already, but after lunch he returns to the booth, taking a seat beside his friends, alarmed to see that the lion seemed to have grown tenfold since he left. Once he's seated and comfortable, the security attending him allow his fans to come forward and meet him, and he resumes his task. Suddenly, in a flash of light, he hears an explosion from nearby. Alarms sound throughout the building. Acrid smoke fills his eyes and realizes the building is aflame. Thunder bellows outside and lightning sets fire to the building around him. Beyond the ring of fire encircling him, a voice calls out. And I'm actually gonna skip this scene. This is the scene where Sylvia is killed. If you guys want to watch this, then you guys will need to go watch part 12. So I'll see you after this scene. Okay, so here we are. This is right where I left off. Alright, what's with all the noise? I can hardly sleep. What the hell was that? What the hell was going on? I need to see Alpha Company. Yes, Sprinkle's activated. Run! Why am I not running? Okay. Get in there. Here he is. Okay, what the hell is going on here? The shit's hit the goddamn fan. That's what. I knew Heinrich was corrupt, but I don't think anyone expected this, Spyro. How did he manage to turn the whole damn militia against us? How did he convince anybody that something was up? He didn't need to. He probably scared them all into submission. What do we do? Well, we sure as hell can't stay here. We need to get somewhere safe until we can figure out what the hell we're gonna do. Any ideas, mate? Because that would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to think. Just hold on. Get that elevator running! We might want to pick up the pace just a bit. I've got it. What have you got, sexy? Don't we have that underground complex we go to during the war? We probably lose ourselves down there, at least for a while. Even if that won't work, we can easily lose them in the rail lines that run beneath the city. Except for one little problem, dumbass. How are we gonna get past Heinrich's goons? They're crawling all over the fucking place. If we get split into separate teams, we can splinter them off, take care of any stragglers, and easily lose them. Once we get down there, we can try to organize a resistance and fight back. And how do you suppose we do that, huh? Yeah, we all know where the various secret entrances are, but the noob don't have a clue. Mark in the South Business District, we have an access that leads to the underground. Straight south from the westernmost street connects the town center to the business district. You'll find a small alley that leads to the door. Do you know where the Sicilian restaurant is? It's right behind there. I know where the door is. Oh yeah, I know the place. We'll go first, Mark. Make sure to keep Heinrich and his boys off your ass. Stay away from the elevator. I'm sure there's another way to find down to ground level. Try to work around Heinrich's forces. We'll meet you in the access. Stay one piece, soldier. Alright, gents. Let's move out. Chapter 6. Blitzkrieg. Day 7. Alright. So this is Chapter 6. Failed the hunter. I don't care. Okay. So I think that I can get out by going on the balcony. Because I can't go in the elevator. There must be another way down. Yeah, I think it's in the elevator. Well, not the elevator. I keep on saying the elevator. It's outside. I think you can jump. I think. I don't know. Locked. Yeah, run! There's a pool right beneath you. Jump. Yes, go. This is gonna suck. Ah! Alright, we made it. Alright, how do I get out? Do I go through here? Okay, I can't go this way. Oh, I can swim! Oh, okay. Alright, we gotta run. We gotta go! I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? No, we're fine. Okay. You have nowhere to run! Flee! Well, I can run, obviously, because I'm running away from you. Okay. Go, 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 go! Okay, so we're heading for that door down there. We're heading for the underground access, and I know exactly where that is, because it's, at least I think I know where it is. I'm not exactly sure. Alright, I found it. Here's the door. Alright, I got to it. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Get in there. There's Alex. Alright, let's save. Alright, let me go talk to him. Wondering if you were gonna make it. Of course, I'm frickin' Markiplier. I can do whatever I want. Fair point. Where are the others? They've already gone down below. I stayed up here to ensure that you got in safely. Once we close this door, they didn't open it again without a key. They're ready to head down? Not yet. Okay, let me go and save again. Alright, I'm going to end this episode right here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we're going to be heading into some interesting stuff next. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay smart, my friends. Peace out. Bye!